That is another thing that they can have in common with INFJs, although I think that we have different reasons for doing that. But both of us really can see the potential in people, and we really do, like to focus on the positive aspects of a person. It really is a challenge for us to, assert what we personally want or what we personally need. I think a challenge for both INFJs and ENFPs is just having a reciprocal kind of thing going on. We're able to see what somebody else's weakness is, and so we really will want to cover that weakness. And that can kind of be a good thing or a bad thing. It can be a selfish thing because it's really uncomfortable for someone to work through their weakness, and because we have the FE, we can feel it, and so it's going to make us feel uncomfortable also. And also, us doing things and being the person that's putting it out there and giving is what's comfortable for us. So if we step back and are depending on the other person also to do something, then that is an uncomfortable place for us to be. But caring for other people is not necessarily doing what's comfortable for yourself, it's doing what they need. So we really need to concentrate more on having something be reciprocal, of having it be there's a certain way that relationships go to be healthy, and you both have to friendships and relationships all involve a certain amount of risk and a certain amount of vulnerability, and both people and a relationship need to be putting that out there. And there's a certain kind of procedure that happens with a healthy relationship, that you put something out there. Trust is earned. You put something out there, and if the person shows they're able to be trusted in that, then they put something out there, and then they see if you're able to be trusted in that, and you just take it a step at a time. But a lot of times INFJs and ENFPs we'll just and just keep going because we can feel how the person is underneath, and we're trying to make up the difference. But we really need to back off and learn how to let the other person act and let the other person do it. If you've put something out there to be friendly and the person has not responded, you just need to back off. Like, you can do some other indirect stuff. Don't do anything else direct. Just wait. If they want to be friends with you, they're going to let you know. There are people that will literally prey on you being able to feel how they are, and they'll play on the slide with you, and they'll act one way between you because they know that you know what's going on, but then in public or whatever, for wherever it counts, they're not doing anything, and they're always in their comfort zone, and they're always expecting you to be the one that's always reaching out to them. And that's not good for you, because you're not going to have anything left for yourself, and you're certainly not getting anything from them, and it's not good for them either. They need to learn to use these areas and to use these muscles and develop themselves. They're not going to develop them if you're always doing everything for them. ENFPs are very good at encouraging, so are INFJs, but as I said, you also have to learn to develop your tough love side, which is extremely uncomfortable for us. But if that's what someone needs and that's what they need, and it's good for you to learn how to have some level of comfort in that. ENFPs are really more about the now than the INFJs are. Like I said, they're really good at having fun in the moment. I have known quite a few ENFPs. There's a lot of them around, and they are just like the joy of the party and everything. One funny thing is that because they are a mirror thing, and maybe because INFJs, are able to see the conscious and subconscious and all that other stuff at one time. I actually mistyped a few ENFPs as being INFJs. It's like, oh, they're like I am, but you're just picking up on that what is in your subconscious. And this is not if you see them in party mode. If you're in party mode, they're in party mode. Of course, you're not gonna, begin to get them mixed up, but just like at work or whatever, that sort of thing. They and then INFJs will often look like ISTJs. If you see them like in work mode or whatever, it's pretty funny. But now I know what to look for, and it doesn't get me anymore. ENFPs have as a blind spot TI, and so do ESFPs, and so something that they struggle with is they feel like they're dumb because they're equating intelligence with TI, which of course there are many different types of intelligence, and boy, ENFPs sure excel at their type of intelligence. They are extremely resourceful, as I said before, at just bringing things together, and they're very clever at using these things and dealing with people, and just it's really, really amazing, and they're extremely creative. I read that ENFPs, and I didn't read it actually, I saw it on a video on YouTube, and this person was saying that ENFPs and ESFPs can cover that spot, make themselves not make it such a big issue of vulnerability, by reading. And actually an ESFP that I know, she can speed read, so lucky her, right? I don't know if I haven't heard anyone else that is an ENFP or ESFP talk about that, but that's not to say that they can't do that. I don't know if that's even anything that is maybe specific to an ESFP or ENFP. I'm busy sitting there taking in all the implications and everything of what's going on when, what they're talking about when I'm reading, so I don't know. I mean, I'm a fast reader, but speed reading to just like get the information, I don't know. I don't think that that's something that I'm going to get into, but anyway, yeah, ENFPs also, they can get into the subliminal messages and everything if they know you. If they know you, then you will have some kind of a language going on there. And also, something that they need help with is, how the INFJ, we need help with the FI stuff, and the INTJs need it with the TI stuff. Basically, you need help with the things that are your sixth function to kind of balance you. And the ENFPs need to be reminded. I know it sounds kind of weird because what I just said was them tuning into other people and everything, but they really can get carried away with like their personal feelings because the FI is their first one, and they need to be reminded about how somebody else feels or what somebody else is, something that's going on, like also like in the sense of like the big picture or whatever, because they can just get swept away by everything. And also it really, like, if you to interact with an ENFP, you really need to you have to narrate things. If you haven't narrated it, it's like it hasn't happened. If they're being difficult, narrate it, and then they'll kind of be forced to deal with it, which is good for them, and then you can go from there. And if they don't do it, then fine, but you've narrated it, if they don't correct it, I mean. If it's a good thing, narrate. Anything, you have to narrate stuff. I don't know why that is or how that is, but yeah. And they have their SE,